So Ducati Hailsham have kindly lent me this beauty, a Ducati Street Fighter V2s 2025. Stunning bike. Quite a high seat height. I think it's 833mm, which, to be honest, for me, with a 30-inch inseam, is a little bit high. I'm pretty sure that's higher than the Panigale V2 equivalent. I'll have to check that actually, because I've sat on the V2 equivalent. I haven't ridden it, but it certainly didn't feel that high as this one does. But this is the S model with the Olin suspension. Look at that, very nice. This one, sadly, it rained yesterday and is absolutely filthy. But there we go. We can still see the beautiful red. Again, with the lovely Olin suspension on the front. 120 horsepower, 93 newton meters of torque, I believe, if I remember rightly. And weighs about 175 kilograms, which is pretty damn light. It's light the moment you pull it off the side stand. It feels more like pulling Ian's 125 up rather than either of my Ducatis. Beautiful LCD full colour display, of course. You'd never have a new bike without that anymore. Looking good. And all of the various equipment. Love these two tailpipes, although we'll get into the sound of them in a minute. But that look, the wheelbarrow look, very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Let's get kitted up and take this thing for a spin. Okay, so the Street Fighter V2s. Let's take her for a spin. So, as I mentioned in the walk-around video just now, you can tell how light this bike is the moment you pull her off the side stand. This one sits higher. I'm on absolute tippy toes right now from my little legs. Oh, tell you what though, she's got, not bad, she's got some go in her. Yeah, close this down. And she's certainly not wanting for power. I mean, it's so I've ridden the V2, the previous V2 Street Fighter. I had that for a day when my 821 was in the shop one day, which was a phenomenal bike, very fast, about, I can't remember what it is, about 155 horsepower. Yeah, very quick, especially compared to my Monster. Let's have a quick I was going to nut it then. Well, she certainly uses all of those 120 horsepower. Very well indeed. Much faster than my... I was wondering how much quicker it was going to be versus the 112 that I have on my Monster, and it is, you know, that what kind of multiple the 8 horsepower has versus the weight is phenomenal. This is, yes, very, very nice. Yes, actually, I really like it. I remember coming away from the previous V2, and it obviously is all suspension, and the other one was just the V2 and not the V2s. But thinking, God, you know, the suspension was rock hard, and with my, like I say, with my 821, obviously you can adjust these things, but it's still sporty, but the suppleness was, you know, needed on the roads around Winchester. This is, what are you doing? Are you parked? Yes, you are parked. No, you're not parked, you're getting ready to come out. But the exhaust now is interesting. Sounds almost nasally. Maybe that's being unfair. Although this is an 890cc, I just rode down to Ducati Hailsham on a 916, the cc bike, so very similar in size, and the exhaust note difference just speaks volumes to what manufacturers have to do in because of the Euro, you know, Euro nothing from the 916 and Euro 5 for this, because like right now it's almost silent. It does get the, we're getting a bit of a road cleaning thing going on here. So, first impressions, pretty good, and I immediately prefer this, to be honest, to the other one, to the original one, that V2 that I rode. I don't know what the speed limit here is. I wasn't about 40. How can I say that, Simon? I'll whiz past this guy in just a minute, but sure what he's doing. Oops. Plenty of go. This is a very, very nice bike. Beautiful fueling, as you'd expect in a modern bike like this. Just instant acceleration, very fast, but not stupid fast. I mean, as I say, I just blatted past that car there effortlessly. The exhaust note is a little bit irritating, to be perfectly honest. I would definitely need to do something with that, although I do love the wheelbarrow setup of the exhaust. But I don't know whether it's the Olin suspensions versus the other one or what, but you can, yeah. I mean, for these little roads here, this is perfect. It's light. I can flick it around, what I have done so far, effortlessly. It's not giving me a hard time as an old man through these through the bumps and stuff. It's eating them up, no problem. changes colour in the dark. It'll go white again in a minute, I suppose. A nice switch gear, but the indicator's a little bit hidden under this multi-input thing. Oh, I didn't even turn it on. Did I not even turn it on, or did it self-cancel? Interesting. Give it a bit of a harder push. Oh, there it is. Okay, I thought it was up there. Yeah, this is a very, very nice bike. Let's give it a bit of a go along here. Let's get rid of that indicator. Oh, indicator. Very, very nice. Well, as we hit traffic, so let's talk about it. So, so I get it, actually. I get it. I understand, because I had it as well, the kind of mini uproar of why would you lose, you know, 30 or 40 horsepower from the previous one and take what, you know, everyone initially thought was a step backwards. But I hate to agree with everyone, because I've watched a bunch of road tests on this thing. Everyone's raving about it, but it is a nice bike. I mean, it's definitely quick enough. You know, I mentioned my 821 with 112 horsepower is quick enough for the roads around here. It gives you ability to, you know, give it a bit of go and still keep your license. You know, nobody on a bigger bike is going to lose you on the roads around here because you just can't put the power down. So as a road bike, this is amazing, to be fair. Seats, not bad. I mean, I'm a short ass, again, 30-inch legs, so I've got loads of room. What on earth is going on here? Why are we going so slowly? But the yeah, the seats, I mean, it's hard, but it's not comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable. The dash is nice. I mean, I'm a bit old school. I much prefer analog dashes, to be honest with you. You know, I think there's a reason that valuable watches are all still analog and not digital. So I think there's a lot to be said for a nicely crafted analog display. But as far as digital ones go, I get the, you know, from the UX standpoint, the user experience standpoint, you know, you can manipulate, you can show much more data, you can change it depending on what mode you're in. I'm in sport at the moment. I'm not going to bother with the other ones. It's just not worth it, is it really? It's 120 horsepower. It's not going to... what is going on here? But it's uncomfortable. It's not too wristy. Even sitting in this slow traffic, the fueling is perfect. Look, I'm in second gear, you know, pottering along. It pulls immediately. can imagine you want it to be a bit hooliganistic. This is a very nice bike, I have to admit. Very nice bike. Well, this is not much fun for my sitting in a traffic jam, although it is, what is it, 9:37, so it is a little bit early. But so my first thoughts on this are definitely worth a look. I think a definite improvement on my last one. When I rode the previous one, I remember thinking there's no chance I would switch this for my 821. You know, it's just a little bit too uncomfortable in comparison. Stiffer suspension, whereas it was faster. I actually like the look of the Monster Watch more than the Street Fighter look with that. This, however, is a little bit more compelling. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, especially this model, which would be interesting to know how much the ride suffers with the cheaper suspension, but I am quite impressed with the ride. I mean, it's just, it weighs nothing. It really is sharp, quick to turn, and this is just a quick few miles around the test drive circuit that they have here. If I bought one, I would definitely need to work on these exhausts. That kind of constant I was saying this before, that it's a difference between, this is even more engineered, but engineered exhaust notes where they try and get as best as they can the exhaust systems within the various regulations versus, you know, even my 821, you know, with the deliberate crackling and popping, which I love, don't get me wrong, I love that, but it is still kind of a thing. When you compare it to the 916, which is just a deep, constant grumble of thunder, and this is very, you know, it's super quiet now. Serves me right for trying to do a road test in the middle of rush hour, or late morning rush hour, or late morning, late rush hour. That's probably what I'm trying to say. But it's not uncomfortable. I'm not getting tired of my wrists. I could ride this for quite some time. This is much closer to the sort of similar comfort levels of my 821. Very, very interesting, I have to admit. And obviously never been on a track with this thing, I've only been around the block on it, but and I can imagine that, yes, as you go on the track, you know, down the straight, people on much more powerful bikes would leave you in the dust, but you know, you wouldn't buy this as an out-and-out track bike anyway, would you? This is a road bike that you might occasionally take on track, in which case, agreeing with all the road testers, I can only imagine you'd have a blast. aerodynamic standpoint, that thing is. But anyway, back we come to Ducati Hailsham after a most enjoyable blast. So for me, a big thumbs up. If you like this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up in turn for the thumbs up for the Street Fighter V2, and just subscribe and comment if you like it, or if you've got one of these or ridden one of these, or your liking of it, and let me know. So thanks for watching. Till the next time, ride safe.